Bruh, they came after both of our throats these last 2 weeks.
On the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. I was gonna wait for you to hop in here, but yeah, it's tough.
Life is a highway for real, for real.
we have lost some peak players that we've been rooting for all season so far. Last week, we lost Coach, we lost Colby right before the merge. It's getting sparse. And then last night, Jimmy Hawk and Fallon decided that it was
Jimmy Fallon.
Huh?
Screw him.
Yeah, but screw him or not, he's the one that decided that it was indeed Christian's time to go home.
All my homies hate Jimmy Fallon.
He's apparently Christian's talking with him tonight at 11:30, and I really might stay up to watch it. I want to watch Christian fist fight Jimmy Fallon live on national TV. That's absolutely what's happening. There you
are. I'm here. Let me pull up the episode because there's also something. Oh yeah, Tuesday night I got the days mixed up and I was watching it. I was like, oh my god, this entire episode just like recap.
So you
and I was like, wait, this is the same episode.
You're like, god damn, I feel like I'm rewatching episode 8 at this point.
I've done that before where I'm like, oh my god, the show has so much recap. Why are they doing this?
Coach and Christian is gone. Who has even left the root for? A very good question, Ollie.
I actually have a new person I'm rooting for now.
Okay, yeah. Let's start with that. Who are you rooting for now that we have lost Coach and Christian?
Sari. My phone died of saying its name.
I have one issue with Sari.
Yeah.
And it is that she had an episode with no confessionals. Ever since 42, the winner always has a confessional every episode.
He's had a confessional every episode, though.
Remaining, it's like Riz God. It might just be Riz God.
What if they're just doing that to throw us off, though?
If they're breaking away from that pattern where the winner gets a confessional every episode, it basically brings everyone back into the running. But as of now, I'm kind of anticipating, at least, I don't know if I'm rooting for him, but I am anticipating a Rizzo win, potentially.
I don't want a Rizzo win, please.
It would be one of the more disappointing outcomes. And I'm not saying he hasn't earned it. He's, but we see him, and this episode proved he doesn't have as much agency, and he's not doing as much.
I think that's why I don't like him. It feels like he's just coasting along with whoever comes to him first, that's whose team he's on.
And the edit presented some of the ideas as his so far, but the plan to get Charlie out was Dee's plan, but the edit made it seem like it was Riz God's. And that kind of keeps happening where he's getting more credit than he deserves, and I think this is the first episode where he finally was kind of knocked down a peg. And I really thought he was going to get a no confessional episode, but they gave him one at the very, very end.
I feel like if he wins, it's going to be just by switching teams until he just ends up as the last person because he seems the least threatening.
I feel like if he wins, it's because he gets Sari out. Sari goes to the jury and says that they're working together, and anything that she was doing, give him credit for too.
Oh, that's a good one.
But that would be Sari putting her game basically crediting it to someone else, and I don't see her doing that. It depends on how much she likes Riz God, but as we saw last night, Ozzy's actually her number 1, not Riz God. Riz God's more her number 2. Which makes sense. Ozzy and her were on the starting tribe.
Let me see. There's a specific thing I saw that made me want to ask you about it, but I'm trying to find it.
Okay. How'd you like Coach's suit, his snazzy silver suit?
I liked it. I was a big fan of it.
I think he insinuated that he's gonna have like slick suits the whole time. Something
Do you
different every
think
time.
if they like bring whatever clothes they want after the fact, like after they're out?
I want to say maybe. I would say yes, but there is one season where a player was wearing a beanie like half the time, and he very clearly was not a beanie person.
Maybe they just have bad style.
Maybe Andrew Savage with the bad style.
Maybe they maybe they lost the bet.
That'd be funny. I think overall I liked the episode.
I liked it too.
I think the twist, we'll explain the twist in a little bit. I think the twist from Jimmy Fallon was stupid. I think it was successful. It had the potential to be cool. I think how it played out was dumb, and I hate that it's how we lost Christian. But I think in theory it was okay.
I think in theory it was good, but I don't think they should have had him announce that he has to vote for himself.
Yeah.
That was my issue.
That was one of the biggest issues. I need to feel free to riff for a minute. I'm gonna pull up a quote, not a quote, a tweet from former player Steven Fishbach. He's on a podcast called the Survivor Know-It-Alls. He tweeted something explaining his take on the twist, and I echo it, but he explains it really well, and I wanna just read what he said.
Okay. Do you think that who was it? What was the name of the person that had the fake idol?
Devins.
Do you think he's gonna be voted out next?
I think there's a good chance he's gone soon.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the twist, I think he would have been out tonight.
I think there was a bigger chance for him to go out than people were thinking, but I think it sounded like it was pretty locked on Christian. So as Steven said was that the biggest problem was how insanely unbalanced it was. If you win, you put a name in the urn, that player still gets to vote and can still play their shot in the dark. You're also voting without consulting with your alliance in a way that could deeply piss someone off at camp when they find out what you've done. And at 11 people isn't enough to have a decisive impact. Conversely, if you lose your vote, you lose your shot in the dark, and you have to announce to everyone that you're a ripe target. Winning is marginally good, potentially bad. Losing is disastrous. And that's probably the best breakdown of the twist that you're gonna get.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I feel like I said, my issue was him having to announce it. I feel like if he didn't have to announce it, then it wouldn't have been such a strong reaction from me. But him having to basically shout out from the top, like, hey, I have a vote against myself, so there's already one vote in the bucket for me.
Not even just that, but like, I have a vote against me, and I can't help you. Because he can't vote. He can't do anything else. So he's basically, he's handicapping himself, and then he's having to admit it. And that is the tough part. And I think that's probably the part a lot of people have an issue with, myself included. Because any other disadvantage, you've never had to like make it that public. So it sucks. It sucks that Christian got done dirty. And I also want to say that his over edit was to make up for getting Twist screwed. But the argument then is, why didn't they do that for Christy too?
Yeah.
So
what did you think about the host doing the game?
I actually loved that. I loved watching Jeff do it. Yeah, that was the first time he's ever done a challenge. I really liked that part. That was fun.
I did like the challenge a lot. I liked how it was kind of like having to manage like remembering to reel it back up, but also like holding it.
Yeah, that challenge is a classic. I do like it. It's the person that won it in 48 set the record at lasting like an hour, and I was really glad to see Jonathan participate in this, because the guy that won it in 48 was probably, in my opinion, rivals Jonathan as the strongest guy on the show. And Jonathan was out after like 12 minutes, and this guy lasted an hour and was doing it one-handed most of the time. So it's like,
oh, that's smart. Was he switching back and forth?
I think so, yeah. But like the fact that he could hold it with one hand, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it confirms that David from 48 is officially the strongest guy. They didn't do it for Chrissy because she's a woman. Oh, wait, yeah. I mean, you say that like in jest, but genuinely that's probably like... Survivor has a real bias problem in its editing, and it always has. And it, you know, when the host a few years ago says, there's just not interesting women. All the best characters are men because they're just better.
Wait, they said that?
He said something to that effect.
I'm looking up this exact quote. Oh
yeah,
my god.
I was gonna say, find the quote so that I'm not like misquoting him, but he basically said that like they just don't have as many interesting women. And he's like, you know, it's a shame. And it's like, you're the casting guy! You're the guy! It's basically his show. What do you mean? Like, and I think he's probably since walked it back because he does all that all the time. But
I did not find it.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
I'm still looking for it, but somebody said he once bribed 2 women in the Amazon to get naked for chocolate and peanut butter.
They voluntarily did that. They're like, I'd get naked, topless for chocolate and peanut butter, and then he found like Oreos and peanut butter, and so they jumped.
Well, I see somebody who's Angelina Keeley.
She was on this season. She was Angelina from this season.
She said, she calls lack of female representation on Survivor 50 an abysmal aim.
Yeah, no, she's been very outspoken. Her and Chrissy have been very outspoken about, like, the editing here.
This one is from, Parvati Shallow.
Parvati, yeah. She's basically as Survivor royalty as you can get.
This was, last year's. It says, calls out the host for discrediting women in inappropriate comments.
I'm seeing this here, too. Okay, so this is the quote from him. The idea of just doing all women or all men is interesting. You have to really marinate and think through it because the dynamic and the real approaches to life is interesting. For instance, when you list all the interesting characters to Survivor, the majority of them are men. Why? What is it about what we allow men to say and do socially? So it's not as horrible as I said, but it's still kind of like...
This is he says half of Survivor's women have no chance to win.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, this is the same show that put a like skinny girl. She was a recruit. She didn't know she was getting into. They put her in a sundress in the Nicaraguan rainy season and no other clothes, no like tights, no nothing. She had a sundress and a bathing suit. And then they lampoon and harass and buried her when she quit because she couldn't take the temperature anymore.
Oh my god.
Like, that's the show that we're talking about here. Let's not forget Survivor's roots. And that was, like, at season 21. Like, that was, so, it's a long while here.
This says apparently cast members are only allowed to wear, what has been pre-approved and produces even buy people clothes, including bathing suits. And on her last appearance, Candace was forced to wear a sports bra.
Yeah, they usually pick your outfits for you.
Oh, I found the quote in this article. It says, the majority of our biggest characters are men. I don't know why it is, but they tend to be larger characters.
Yeah, so it's him acknowledging that, like, the men are just, like, bigger. But, like, who edits them that way?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have the cameramen, because I doubt there's enough camera people to follow every single person every single second. So they probably have to choose, like, oh, these 2 people are going off on their own. Let's go check out what they're doing. And probably more likely than not, they're like, oh, those 2 guys are going off on their own. Let's go see what they're doing.
It's just, like... And it's not even, like, the issue solved on a season when a woman wins. Like, you'll still see, like, her being, like, the 3rd most edited person on the season. Second to, like, a guy or 2. And that's a good edit. And that would be a good edit for a female winner.
It's a shame that so many of these are saying the same thing about the host specifically.
Yeah, Yeah, people have their problems. Well, because Jeff's like an executive producer. He's a host. He's like basically he basically is his show. It's his baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely they have a history with this kind of stuff. It's a shame that it's come back in a big way in season 50, but it's the season we're getting, so. Anyway,
I'm still gonna lie to myself and tell me that Suri is gonna win, and the only reason they haven't given her a confessional every episode is because she's a woman.
I'm
gonna use the sexism to my advantage.
My crackpot theory is that the people that got no confessionals in the Zach Brown episode don't count. Those don't count as 0 confessional episodes. That was a Zach Brown one-off. We had to give him 25 minutes of airtime kind of deal. And that because the people that were purple then were Jonathan, Rick, Cherie, and someone else. But they're like all still in the game right now. So that would be a big change up if they were all still in play based on editing and stuff.
Did you see the preview for next episode?
I did. It is the...
It's happening.
It's
happening. Lollie's favorite thing.
The Mr. Beast episode is next week with the Beast coin and...
Wait, Beast coin? Is that crypto coin?
It's the patented Beast coin where he's gonna show up with his Beast case and flip it open and flip his Beast coin. And I think what's gonna happen is next week's is gonna be an auction.
Oh my god, there is a coin. He does have a cryptocurrency called Beast coin.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, I don't think it's open yet.
You think they're waiting to drop it till this episode and him saying Beast Coin's going to set off like algorithms and search things and people searching Beast Coin and he's going to capitalize on that?
Well, I looked it up and it's on these, oh, this one has it. Okay, so it is up. But it's at an all-time low. I wonder what's going to happen after the episode.
Yeah. Anyway, so if Rick and Suri and Jonathan are all still in play for winning now because of that, then that would be crazy. I'm gonna see. I'll throw this to you for a minute to riff again. I'm gonna try to pull up the confessional counter on Reddit, so we can see who is still in that has gotten a 0 episode, because there's a lot of them at this point.
I'll say it. I don't like the celebrity cameos. They feel unnecessary and take away from the people I'm actually watching the show for.
Yes, thank you. They're so stupid. They're so goddamn stupid.
Like, the time that it takes to even introduce Mr. Beast on the show, even if he doesn't have, like, the whole thing that the last guy had, even that time alone is time for another confessional from a person that I actually care about.
It's gonna be like... It's gonna be goddamn another like 25 minutes of Mr. Beast time, because he's on the island this time.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, get him off the island.
Like, at least Fallon wasn't on the island.
At least we didn't have to see his face.
Alright, let me try to find the confessional.
He wasn't on the island because Christian would have beat him to death. Oh my god, one of the people last night, I remembered what I was gonna say. One of the people last night was like, yeah, I'm gonna slit her throat. I'm like, oh my god, you're just as violent as me. Because remember when I was talking about Coach having the leg cramp, I was like, drown him.
Oh my god. You know what? You know what I realized the other day?
What?
That was bummer. When I was on my phone call with Coach, I should have mentioned how this shot of him in the boat I likened to Jesus on the cross, because he probably would have cracked up at that. And now I'm so upset with myself.
Oh my god, you should make a meme of him on the boat and have the corporate needs to find the difference between these two. And then
oh, that would be good. That would be good. All right. So remaining this season, Tiffany has had 3 episodes with no confessionals. Stephanie has had 1. Rizzo has had 0. Rick has had 1. Ozzy has had 0. Jonathan
Recently.
has had 1. Joe has had 1. Emily has not had 1. Suri has had 1, and Aubrey has not had 1. So if we go on to the edit rules, Aubrey, Emily, Joe. No, not Joe. Emily, Aubrey, Ozzy, and Rizzo are the only 4 people still in contention out of the final 10. If we go off of edit rules for the last 7 seasons.
Where did you find this?
If you go to Survivor Reddit, there's a confessional count chart. I can send it to you.
I think I have it, but I'm a little confused by these counts. Did Christian really get 18 last episode?
Yeah. Because you got a bump.
Oh my god.
If you look at Stephanie's when she got 6 the other night out of nowhere, it's the bump from whatever they're called, Journey, Exiles, whatever. So since he had the whole challenge, I think every time it cut between the challenge and back to him, that counted as a new confessional, I think. But yeah, 18 is crazy. Ozzy had 19 in the first episode, and that was 2 hours, 3 hours.
I think it's gonna be either Ozzy or Suri that wins.
If we're going off the 4, I think it's Ozzy or Aubrey. If we're going off of... I don't know, because I kind of predicted Ozzy could win from the first episode. After that first episode aired, I know, because he had a lot at the front, and that's not always a good sign, but it was the way they were editing him. He was being edited very, very generously, and they were showing a strategic side to him that we've not seen before. And I think that they're maybe trying to do that as a means to show that, like, he does have credibility this season. Like, he's doing things differently. They're showing how he's playing differently. They're showing how he's changing. As opposed to someone like Aubrey, whose whole storyline has more or less been, like, get out Genevieve. And then that's it. Try to find what agency you still have.
Yeah, I kind of agree. He has so much more compared to, like, Christian's the only one that has more than him.
Yeah, they were tied for the top 2, and last night just propelled Christian crazy. And honestly, other than Ozzy, I'd be surprised to see if anyone passes Christian's confessional count this season.
I don't think so.
I think it only... Because I think Emily's the 3rd highest, and she's at 32, and Ozzy's at 53. So that's how you can see how they're editing the men and the women differently, just right there, the top 3. Top 3 had 63, 53, and 32 after last night's episode. Guess which one's the woman? Like...
I was following along as you did it, and I was, like, looking at the numbers, and Rizzo also had 32, and you're like, and guess who's the woman? I looked over to see the name, it said Rizzo, I was like, okay, I'm on the wrong one.
Oh, wait, Saria actually passed Emily. Saria has more than Emily now. So Emily's even getting less content, which is why I don't think she wins. She's been getting less content as the merge has been going on.
Also, like, I mean...
She's so flip-floppy, I doubt any of them reward her for it either.
I'm kind of surprised that Rick has gotten so many confessionals, because I just don't think Rick is that interesting.
Rick had a remarkably notable first season. And I think that, similar to Christian, now they know he's a fan favorite, they're going to give him that airtime. And he's still doing stuff, right? Like, we had him in the first few episodes, and then he cooled off because he didn't go to tribal again. And then we see this thing with the idol, and next week it seems like he's going to be coming back with a fervor. If he goes next week, that's probably why we haven't been seeing as much of him recently. But I don't know. I've got my faith for Rick, but
I don't dislike Rick. I just feel the same way about him that I feel about Rizzo is the people around him I find more interesting. Because Rick was the one that wanted to partner with Christian, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so like out of that duo, I found Christian more interesting.
I think for me, it's just that
I also just only met him this one season.
No, that's fair. I think it's of the remaining players, right? Like, I couldn't care less about Joe. Couldn't really care about Tiffany. Couldn't really care about Emily. And this is just because I don't want the new era people to keep going deep. I want the old people to keep staying, and we just lost 3 of them. So, like, I want to see, like, Ozzy. I want to see Suri keep going. We have 10 of these legends left, and, like, half of them are new school. And I'm like, we were doing so well until last week. We had so many old schoolers still.
Some of the people, like Tiffany, I gotta look up what they look like, because I'm like, you've had so few confessionals.
She still has less than 20 the whole season.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was like, oh my god.
It's crazy.
Chrissy only had 11.
Total?
A total, yeah. Only 11 total.
She got a lot in her boot episode. Wait, hang on. Oh my god.
Had 3 in her boot episode.
I'm gonna vomit. Chrissy's confessionals 202102213. And they do tend to bury people if they get swap screwed. Normally the person that gets kicked out right before the jury phase gets like buried in the edit because they don't either feel bad for them. But Chrissy got like
and so many of the people voted out.
That's crazy. Kyle was removed in the first episode and had a third of the confessionals that Chrissy had, and she went until episode 8. Even Angelina almost had more than her. That's insane. God, I miss some of the cast that's been gone. The boot order's getting really rough now. Colby to D to Coach to Christian is a vomitous boot order.
They hate us.
It's really getting bad. So that's why I'm worried if we lose Rick next. Like, if we lose Rick and then we lose Suri, which I don't think we're going to lose her that quickly, but I'm picturing some kind of like vomitous double elimination again, and we it's just horrible.
I think, if I'm being realistic, I think Ozzy's going to win.
I think so too, because I think any moves happening, we're seeing it's more Ozzy than Rizzo. We're seeing Ozzy's closer to Suri, so Rizzo gets cut in a head-to-head if they have to. And I don't think a jury awards a 25-year-old new player from the most recent season with $1 million on season 50. I just don't see it happening. Especially if he's there with Ozzy. Who doesn't want to give Ozzy, the guy that came in second his first season, the $1 million after playing like 4 or 5 times?
I think Ozzy's going to win also because I lost my train of thought. Carry on.
I think with
Oh yeah,
okay.
I remember. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think Ozzy's going to win because literally the only person we've seen talk about voting him out, the only person has been Christian.
I think Ozzy is blessed with coming in with incredibly low win equity because for 4 seasons we have seen Ozzy play, and he plays the I'm gonna go fishing, I'm gonna just be a nice guy, and I'm gonna get to the end that way. And
it worked.
Well, more or less, not always. But I think people, you know.
Sorry. I was just going to ask, do you get anything for winning second place?
100K.
Oh, okay. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. So I think that this edit, if we analyze the edit more, Ozzy, okay, so when a woman wins, a good amount of the time, the edit of the season is why a man lost, not why she won. Oh. And I think that this edit is a why the guy won edit for Ozzy. Because we're seeing how he's changing. We're seeing how he's trusting people that he maybe should have been a little leery of. You know, like Suri got him out before. Historically, we see how that can negatively impact a player, and they hold that over their head and everything. Instead, he is like, no, she knows how to play this game in a way that I do not. And I need that to cover my bases, basically. And we're seeing how he knows himself and he knows how to play around these issues. And I think that seeing that growth is going to be key to his winning story if he wins.
I rather him win than Rizzo. I really
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I don't like Rizzo because I feel like Rizzo is so casual about everything. It feels like he doesn't even care if he wins or loses. And I don't like that. I want to feel like the people that like make it to the end are the people that fought with everything they have.
I can kind of see what you're saying and hear where that's coming from. Especially when you see how his like attitude with like people like Colby, where like apparently every other word out of Rizzo's mouth has been like the F-bomb, according to people from that are coming out in the exit press and stuff. And so like you have Colby who's saying like, bro, you gotta work around camp a little. You gotta watch the F-bombs. You gotta just chill. Like, I get it. You're young. You're whatever. It's exciting. You gotta just chill. Like, and then he just kind of is like, no, that's not really how we do it these days. Like, that's not the kind of person that you really want to root for.
And also, it's so funny that he's going around doing that when some of these people are going to be the ones on the tribal. I mean, the council. What is it called?
The jury.
The jury.
Yeah, you gotta be, especially in this phase, it becomes very, you know.
It's really, you have to make friends with everyone because you never know who's going to be that vote you need for the jury.
And if you want to see how people play the game well, they're always thinking about that. Like, after Christian goes home last night, Jonathan goes over to him. He's like, hey, gives him back a shot in the dark. And he's like, you know, what? Sorry. That's currying favor for the jury.
Yeah, because, like, he can't do anything with the shot in the dark now. It's basically saying, like, hey, I acknowledge that you had given this to me.
It's basically acknowledging, like, you got out. Here's your souvenir. It was me. You know, but here's your thing back. Like, I won't hold on to it. I won't just be like, oh, a new toy for me to flick around. Like, I'll give it back to you and I'll try to be nice. That's currying favor with the jury.
So fucked up.
Oh, tell me. I'm curious.
If he gave him a fake shot in the dark back and he had the real shot in the dark still.
He just gives Christian like a rock with some paint on it. Oh my
just
God.
gives him like a rolled up piece of clothing. Here's your shot in the dark back, buddy. Christian looks down at it. Thanks, buddy. Knowing exactly what he did.
or he's like, here's your shot in the dark. And he has his hand down, like, reached down. And Christian looks down. And he's just flipping him off. Or, like, doing this circle thing. And then he punches him.
Grabs pants.
1 in 6 shot. Your pants will get cleaned. No, it is tough losing Christian. His last season, he was on every episode until the finale. So you at least had him for a while. So it is tough losing him this early still.
The other thing that kind of bothers me about the host saying like women have less of a chance to win is because Christian is not strong. Christian has failed most of these physical challenges. Almost every single physical challenge he's been a part of, he's been the weak link of. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that if it is an argument of like, well, you know, men are stronger than women, so they're going to succeed more in the physical challenges and stuff. That's not fucking true. Christian's been doing so good, and he sucks at anything physical.
Christian has been very interesting to watch challenge-wise this season. Because his last season, he was very notable for being incredible at puzzles. And this season, it seems he's failed every puzzle he's been, like, attached to.
Feels like this season, and I don't know him from the last seasons, it feels like this season, like, he's been very good socially, but whenever there's a challenge, you know he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And it's so weird, because I think sometimes when I see him lose these challenges, I'm like, how did you lose that? Like, it feels like you just already gave up on the challenge part.
Especially the puzzle last night, it looked pretty easy, and
I was disappointed by that.
It's just, it seemed like I think he panics under pressure because he just seemed like he wasn't
I think
thinking.
he does.
Because
I think he panics a lot.
he was
Kind
holding
of like Coach, actually.
Yeah, he was, because he's holding a piece that like legit has like part of the word survivor in it. It's very clearly survivor, like the middle part of the word, and he's trying to shove it at the edge of the circle and it's of the logo, and it's like, bro, you're smarter than this. Like, think about it for literally half a second. I know you don't have the time, but just like half a second.
Why none of them ever, they always try to stack it up and put it together standing up. I don't know why none of them just don't lay down the pieces and look at them first. I know it's like a rush thing, but if you do it correct the first time, then it doesn't matter if it took you slightly longer to set it up.
I think it's just because they're stacked up next to you, so you'd have to unstack them and lay them down and then organize them. And then you're also like reaching down, and it's just, I think over time it would add a lot more to your challenge. The trick would be to find the outside of the logo, the black parts, and go around, and then figure out the inside. He just really, he fumbled it. There's really no other way to describe it. He fumbled.
It was very disappointing how he went out.
It was disappointing. He was very graceful. Well, he was mostly graceful about it. He had his moment on the barge when the puzzle collapsed and he ran out of time. But he kind of said, he's like, I want to, eventually my son's going to watch this, and I want to set an example that when you fail, you're not defined by that failure. You're defined on how you respond to it. And so his response was to get up and hold his head high, grab his envelope, and head back to camp. However, at Tribal, he did let Jeff have it a little bit. And Jeff seemed not happy about that. Jeff did not like the back talk.
I also kind of liked, this is a little weird, I also kind of liked how during the challenge, he let them negotiate having one less person.
That's pretty typical on the race negotiations. They'll figure out a way, like, if they can't get a fifth, they'll be like, can we do 4 or whatever. It was nice that they did it for this too, because they could have been like, nope. Jimmy Fallon said no.
Jimmy Fallon can suck my dick. Jimmy Fallon can choke on it. I'm so mad at Jimmy Fallon right now.
Listen, I have tried to be neutral towards Jimmy Fallon overall as a person, but now I don't know if I can be.
Let me look this up before I say anything.
Gotta investigate.
Like you as a host that keeps getting accused of being drunk on set.
Who?
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, I believe that. Hey, let's get that in the public. Let's get that out there.
Here it is. In September 2023, Rolling Stones published an expose based on the conversation with 2 current and 14 former employees. They described a pretty glum atmosphere at The Tonight Show, alleging that Fallon displayed erratic behavior, acted dismissively, and had outbursts, contributing to the high pressure and a toxic environment. And people said he has like good days, good Jimmy days, and bad Jimmy days.
I feel like I remember hearing about that when that came out. And it's just like, oh, good and bad days, you know. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think Jimmy Fallon's stupid.
I don't like Jimmy Fallon. I feel like he feels fake.
Jimmy Kimmel's better.
Yeah, I like Conan O'Brien.
Ah, well, yeah, but that we're talking Jimmys, not ghosts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bro, I never got over how badly they cheated Conan O'Brien.
There's a whole YouTube video about it that's really good. It's like, it's got to be at least an hour long, about how like Conan gets screwed over by like all of the late night crap and how it got taken from him and all that.
I might have seen it.
It's like Conan versus Jay Leno or something.
Well, I just think it's so weird because, like, oh, is this it? The overthrow of Conan O'Brien exposed Hollywood's corruption?
How long is it?
43 minutes.
Maybe. I'll see if I can find it if you're interested.
I am interested. I like Conan O'Brien because it feels like, at least like from what I've seen, like the episodes I saw when he still had his show, because now he just does like podcasts now.
Right.
But when I was watching his show, I really liked how they went behind stage a lot and had a lot of the stage production people shown. It felt like actually like including the people that make it possible.
Yeah, that is a cool feature. And he always just seemed the most, like, just cool to be around.
Yeah.
Just to hang out with. He just seemed chill. Just seemed like a good vibe.
I feel like he matches energies with anybody.
Yeah, like, if you came on high energy, goofing, bouncing off the walls, he'd be right there with you. But if you came in just, like, you know, a little somber, trying to be a little serious, he'd be a serious interviewer.
I feel like that's one thing I don't like. Back to the Jimmy Fallon hate. That's the one thing I don't like about Jimmy Fallon is his fucking laugh.
Oh my god, the big ass like seagull laugh. Jimmy Fallon's laugh is that meme of the seagull that's like winding its head up and then like I guess the red laser eyes and it flings its head forward, its mouth's wide open. That's him every time like someone laughs. Or just says anything marginally funny or he wants to bait laughter from the audience.
I saw somebody say this, and it's never left my head. Somebody said Jimmy Fallon's laugh is just a way to get the attention off of whoever he's interviewing and back on him. And ever since I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, I actually 1000% believe this, because, like, his laugh is so obnoxious.
Especially, I don't know if he does this, but, like, if he, like, pounds on his desk while he's laughing and makes a hole stink, absolutely, he's just trying to steal the spotlight. He's like, it's my show, Obama, all right? My name's on the title.
We get it. You're the first black president. We get it. Back to me.
I'm laughing here. I'm laughing here.
I thought you were going to say I'm black, too, for some
reason. No, oh my god.
That's what he would say.
That's what Jimmy Fallon would say?
He would say he's spiritually black if it got more attention on him.
Is Jimmy anything for the clicks, Fallon?
You know, I could have been the first black president, too, if I was born black.
Something he would say. He would say it, like, trying the joke. Like, he'd be like, laughing. He'd be like, oh, hey, you know, well, I could have been that, too, if I, you know, and, oh, my God. Jimmy Fallon slander tonight. Anyway.
Can you do a seagull impression?
Can I?
Yeah.
My favorite seagulls are the ones that are like...
That's such a good seagull impression. Oh my god.
Jimmy Fallon did blackface on SNL. Case in point.
Oh, wait.
Fork found in kitchen. Fork found in kitchen.
Did I really just say... This is so funny. I feel like this happens all the time where I'll say something and then it's like, actually, that just happened.
What do you know it actually?
One time I was playing a game, I'm like, everything's good as long as this one character survives. And then I unpaused the game and they died.
I have some nasty timing. It's not always clippable, but it is always funny.
Have you seen Stranger Things? I
have not.
There's a character in it, and I paused the show. I'm like, this is my favorite character in the show. I love this character. They're so great. Unpaused the show. They got killed.
I had a moment like that with the first Xenoblade game on I played it on my 3DS, but I think it was originally on the Wii or Wii U.
Literally the point that like the point I paused at, you could see the guy approaching him to murder him in the background. And then I was playing Dead Space. I'm like, oh my god, another person that's not gonna die. And then they got killed mid-sentence.
Oh my god.
I have terrible luck with that. I'm never gonna say that you're not gonna die. Otherwise...
Oh.
Do I have Pokeball? Do I have any?
You're catching a Pokemon. I just died right next to you, and you're catching a Pokemon.
Priorities. It's what Lollie would want.
You're already dead, bitch. Chill.
Hey.
Me bringing you back.
Me not catching this Pokemon isn't gonna bring you back.
Hey, well, you didn't even get it.
How do I jump on this? I haven't been able to use this Pokemon command in so long because I don't know how to shop on it.
You do Pokeshop, Pokeball 100. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. I don't even know if I had enough for that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to get money. I think you get it even just by streaming if you have it in your thing.
I don't. I get it from money from yours, actually.
Ooh. You just gotta watch me more then. Shows how much you do watch me. Yeah, if you bought 100 Pokeballs. Anyway, Survivor.
Oh yeah. Fuck Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon distracted us just by being so awful.
You'll love to see it. Can I just also say that are there normally this many celebrity cameos? Is this normally
There's never been celebrity cameos before.
I hate it. I hate it.
They just decided for the big ceremonious 50 in the hands of the fans. They actually meant in the hands of the celebrities that may or may not be fans.
I can guarantee no fans asked for this.
No, and Christian made that joke last episode. Like, after they did the pair-offs and everything, and they announced how the twist was gonna go when they got back to camp, he's like, well, I don't know if the fans voted for that, but...
Yeah, I agree with Christian.
Yeah, I don't know if they said that much, but sure.
What all did the fans vote on?
That like stupid shit, like tribe colors and
I thought you said tribe collars for a second. I was like, whoa, why didn't we see those on coat?
No, like the colors and the immunity necklace or something. Like not really consequential stuff.
So they gave the real consequences to celebrities to decide on.
Mm-hmm. That's how it be.
Hands of the fans. Woo!
Woo woo! Which tribe color would y'all wear? Of the three, I think I would have wanted to be on teal. Both for the players and also, it was cute. The pink is nice, but it's too close to purple.
You got a problem with purple?
I didn't say that. You're putting words into my mouth. I wish you put
I'm asking questions. I didn't put any words in your mouth. I asked a question.
Jesus. Yeah, chill. No,
Sorry, I've been a lot more aggressive lately.
Yeah? Huh.
I've been yelling at my chat a lot more. I've been getting screaming matches with my chat. I've been a little...
I've had to watch my temper.
Nah, I let my temper go.
It's because I'll be on blue site and like I'll be playing mini golf, screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm like, this is what people want to hear when they're doing their business.
I mean, it depends because I feel like if they're watching you for you,
that's fair.
And that's how you normally are.
Yeah, they know what to expect. Think of the hydrate.
They know what they're getting themselves into.
All right.
All right.
The challenge last night, we alluded to it a little bit. Jeff did participate. It was the seasonal rice negotiations where this time Jeff was going to do the challenge and 4 people needed to outlast him. And so 4 starving, tired, fatigued individuals.
Stressed
Beyond belief, fighting for their place in this game versus Jeff Probst, who had a good night's sleep the night before, had breakfast that morning, and has no stakes in the game. So, it was definitely interesting. I think it was obviously doable. We saw how Jeff folded.
Yeah.
He fell apart after... Go ahead.
No, sorry. Continue.
He fell apart after like 7 minutes or so. And then after he fell, he's like, I would have made fun of people for dropping out after 7 minutes before. Not again. Not this time.
So
I thought it was a good time. I thought it was fun watching him. Huh? Jeff what?
Keely is his name?
Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst. Oh, okay. Why did I think his last name was Keely?
Angelina's last name's Keely, and you were talking about her earlier.
Oh, hey, I figured it out on my own. No help from anybody.
Oh, cool.
Demand credit.
I I love women in male-dominated fields.
Oh, because I'm taking usually.
You're taking credit from a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm explaining a joke to you because I'm also mansplaining.
So the challenge. How did you like Jeff participating?
I was so hyped for it. I was like, yes.
I thought it was very fun. I don't know if it's just because I was just in a good mood last night, but I really enjoyed it. I was cheesing. It was silly.
I liked it a lot. I kind of like. I think that if you do it every time, it would be too much. But I feel like it should happen once a season.
I feel like if this is how they did rice negotiations going forward, it'd be a lot more interesting because I don't want to watch people debate whether they want to give up their vote or not, or their chance at a challenge or not. Like, that's not interesting to me. I want to see Jeff do something for once. I want to see him put his little Twinkie mouth where his money is or whatever it goes.
Put his Twinkie mouth with his Twinkie hands are.
Yeah. So it was good. It was really fun to see. I enjoyed that part a lot. Who went on to win? Was it Joe that won? Are you trying to eat my cupcake?
That's just a little bite.
You could have asked.
Oh.
Oh, you
Can I
burned
have a
yourself.
bite?
Well, I don't know.
Can
You already went for it. Just be careful.
I'm gonna lick the fire.
That's not careful.
Let me see. I have the show bread.
I think it was Joe.
Oh,
I think Joe
I have
won.
too many tabs.
Because I think it became between Joe and Ozzy dropped. I think that's how it ended.
Yeah, Ozzy did drop.
They did get their rice.
Because he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I actually think he could have won that if he paid attention to how low it had gone.
Maybe, but Joe went for an hour last time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So Joe wins. They win rice for the tribe. They get back, and they make a big pot of rice, and Sari is beefing with Emily over it. And I really thought that was going to make Emily go home.
Oh my god, what the fuck was Emily's problem with it?
It was so funny. That was such a classic old school Survivor beefing about the food. It was a joy to get to see that. I know they're not going to make it the whole season like they may have in the past, but seeing someone bitch and moan about how the rice is being made, oh my god, I've been waiting for something like that for seasons.
I'm like, I was watching it, I'm like, bro, just shut the F up. I was like, I hope they vote you out. You will not shut up about this rice.
It was so much drama for nothing.
Go home and eat your rice. I didn't think you would try, like, pushing that so hard.
What was it Sari said? Like, I'll vote you out and I'll make my rice however I want. I'll make a risotto if I want. Something like that.
God, I love her so much. I want her to win so badly.
We gotta,
were there any winners, like previous winners in the season?
Yeah, but they're all gone. Kyle in episode 1, Savannah in episode 2, and Dee a couple episodes ago.
So did they get voted out because they were winners? Like they already kind of had a target on them?
Seemingly not. Savannah, maybe it contributed a little. Kyle was evacuated, of course.
Yeah.
Savannah, I think she was an unknown on her tribe. Couple that with going on a journey and then very obviously lying about not having gotten a reward from it. I think that was the final nail for her.
So many people suck at lying this season. I'm sorry.
I think it's a mix that some suck and some are masters at telling.
Because
you have like really good game players and you have like the characters. Like Coach can't really tell a lie, so when he gets caught, he's like, oh. But Sari, like she's clocking everyone.
Because she's a queen.
Mm-hmm. Queen C.
A clocking queen.
I I love her. This is the first season I think that's really made me appreciate her game. Because I kind of sometimes miss some of the strategy components of the game in the show. But this season, it's been so clear how Suri's so good at this. Which is why if she didn't have that 0 episode confessional episode, I'd say she's probably winning. But
I think she's winning in my heart.
yeah, in all of our hearts.
I need her to do what Coach did and let you buy a 15-minute session. Or however long it was.
Yeah, whatever. Like 15-minute call with Suri where she'll tell me how to strategize and weave my way through my life or whatever. God, how cool would that be? Maybe if the podcast ever gets big enough, we could do Exit Press one season.
Make them a VTube model.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Bribe them with it.
I'll make you. I'd get like just customizable models, but to change them up for every every person. That'd be cool. Anyway, so I'm trying to think what else. I think we've covered most of the episode.
I think we did.
And
talked a bunch of shit on Jimmy Fallon.
The beginning of the episode, there is really just, I think, just people kind of bitching.
Yeah.
They're just upset about shit. Coach went home, or we're on the bottom, or Ozzy's got to go, whatever. That's ultimately why Christian went. So we should explain that part a little bit. We're blaming Jimmy Fallon, but ultimately, Christian approached Suri and said to her, "Hey, we got to get out Ozzy." And Ozzy, unbeknownst to Christian, is Suri's number 1. And so as soon as he said that was basically, he was done.
Yeah, he was out.
Cause you made an enemy of Suri. So that's ultimately was his death knell, was that.
I'm so happy that Suri managed to make it back last episode.
Yeah. If she wasn't part of that vote, honestly, I think Devins may have gone home.
Yeah, I think so.
Because everyone was saying they were gonna vote for him, and then she came back. She was like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Are you dumb? This is a chance to get rid of 2, and you're almost voting Rick? Come on."
Yeah.
She basically like beat up everyone. I love her.
So frustrating watching them during that, because I feel like they should have come up with that solution themselves. Why would you not vote Coach and the other person with him out? Like,
right, like if Coach is the head of
the second biggest, like their alliance is as big as yours. So if you don't vote out somebody in their alliance, then you're basically going to only be against another group the same size as yours.
The players were smart in that they weren't really focusing on the pairs that had one of each alliance. And they just focused it on the Emily and Rick, which were 2 in that alliance, versus Coach and Christy, which were 2 in that alliance. Which was smart. That was a good way to break it down if you had to. But I think once Suri was on that beach, it was over for Coach. And I think it also doesn't help that Chrissy told Coach to go play timeout and sit in the hammock all day. Like, you need Coach out there showing why he's a good distraction to keep around. You need Coach out there to do Coach things. And so to bench him like that, like he could have strategized a little.
I think Suri being there wouldn't have changed. Wouldn't have made a difference whether or not he was in the hammock or out of the hammock once Suri got there, because Suri, I think, would have locked in on them regardless.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see Coach being Coach for his last episode.
We did, okay, but we did get, like, I think a haiku or 2, and we got him singing his song. We did get Coachisms, we just didn't see him play the game.
Yeah.
But we did get a lot of good Coach content, at the very least. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. No, that's about it. That's about it for the episode.
Okay. What if I just instantly?
There's like,
Oh, okay.
goodbye.
Okay.
Oh, and just like that.
Is there ever even a layakat here?
Chad, do you want to watch coach highlights from season 50 so you can see what you've missed?
See the man in action.
I saw there's already a compilation on YouTube.
The man, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend, DRAGON Slayer. You already watched it, Ollie? Oop.
Well, why didn't you wait?
Yeah, Ollie. Obviously, I was watching it on stream. I could escape the damn Daniel. Oh. I apologize for my co-hosts.
I do not represent Lollie Pop in any way, shape, or form.
We've
Any
actually
actions I do are my own.
We've never. I don't think I even know who you are. Have we hung out before?
No. We just met.
Crazy first time stream.
I mean, are we surprised though
About what?
that it's crazy stream with me involved?
No.
No.
That's why we get you involved. Do you have any final words, Leia, for Survivor 50 before we wrap up?
I miss Christian.
We should have been wearing. I should have been wearing. You were in black. I should have been wearing black to mourn Christian. I meant to. At the start of the stream.
Am I off screen?
No, you look like you're just giving eyes down there.
Just my eyes.
Yeah. Aw. Quick change.
Accidentally does it on stream. Get you banned.
Oh, did you have to like take everything off, or does it show? Does it show stuff?
It shows it the first time I do it after launching VTube, and then after that, it will do it instantly.
That's wild.
That's why I wanted to double check I was off your stream.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
I think I have the boob bounce up on this one.
Bounce. All right.
Bounce on it crazy style.
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll be back next week for episode 10. See who's gone. It'll be disappointing, probably. Oh, no. If it's Joe, I won't care. No offense, Joe.
Full offense, Joe.
I mean, I don't really, at this point, I don't really care. Like, who goes? We lost Christian, we lost Coach.
As long as it's not Sari, I don't care. Or Ozzy. Those are my two.
Sari, Rick, Ozzy are the three I want to keep staying. I'm surprised Steph is still in it, bro.
I got Survivor Steph. I'm so bad with faces. Oh, I'm surprised she's still in it, yeah.
She's basically lost her entire alliance.
She's alliance. In terms of alliance, she's homeless.
She's a ship without an anchor or whatever. Alright, well, I guess then we'll watch some coach highlights, and then we'll get back into Shipwrecked for a little, if I have the energy. I realize I said 5 hours today, but I'm quickly, dragging. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just do some React stuff. It's good to see you, Leia.
It was good to see you too. Can I have a kiss?
You may. What? Do you not know I could do that?
I forgot you could do that. You have shown me it before, but I forgot.
I was saying about the forearms. Whoops. Yeah, I could blow a kiss though.
Why did you have extra arms?
Radiation.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Watch the lore. Radiation's my creative writing hand wave for any inexplainable thing.
Oh, perfect.
Alright, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, I got you.
I think I'm gonna play Retro Rewind, but I'm down to change game plans. I'm just doing Twitch only tomorrow, so.
I was well, because I have my friend swap. So if you're around for
Oh,
that,
I'm down for Friend Swap. Is it okay if I
yeah,
stream Friend Swap?
of course, you're always welcome to.
Like, no!
No, you're always welcome to stream whenever we play it.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and dip, and I will be watching you watch Coach.
Yippee! Watching me watch the content we've both watched already.
Yep. The Ouroboros of content.
Yippee! That's how it is these days, right?